don't care what Master's book says. It goes there, Frank. He's never going to come out if we don't do this right.
Why are those fools
He's
arguing?
here.
They've given me the opportunity to finish them off once and for all.
Why are you here?
Why? When you've suffered as much as I have, you living relic, then you can ask that question, and the answer will come in the searing blast of my death ray.
Listen, I'm not Captain America. He's not the Falcon. And you're not Zemo's son.
Of course I am, you fool.
I'm not sure what you are. Let us help you.
Do you think a flowery speech will stop me now?
Oh.
You killed my father, and you're going to die for it in a boiling vat of adhesive X.
Now, Frank! I think we got him.
You sneaked up on me from behind.
Yep, we got him. Now the hard part starts. Okay. Well, hello again.
We're rolling here in the new studio.
Yeah, brand new place. Has a nice smell of a comic book store in here.
I never saw a 3D printed office before. It's amazing. There's actually
this is all green screen.
There's just 3 walls and that's it. There's no wall in front of us or a roof actually.
Yeah, we're actually in a storage facility.
Why does it say Frigidaire back on this cardboard backdrop
never mind.
here?
Never paying attention to the man behind the curtain. So look at what I got. We got 2 boxes, so we're going to split this up. We found out that none of my books actually made it into either one of these boxes. So that's okay. So I'll just get to ridicule Mike as he goes through his books. And is either very happy or very sad. There's a couple books in here I think we have a chance of big surprises on.
Oh, there's always big surprises.
There's 2 that we already know about. They're going to have the shameful bronze medal of the comic book world, the purple label.
Yes. But those were planned.
They were planned. We knew them. Yeah.
We'll talk about those in a moment,
Yes.
but I had actually planned on...
Off go the panties. That's for you, John. Extremely hot book.
And this is...
How many of those do you have?
Maybe a few.
Yeah.
There you go.
Couple. Wow, that's dark. Look how dark that purple is.
That dark purple cover. So, first appearance of Craven.
Yep.
Just
Neat
nothing
chameleon.
to say much about this book. I think I picked up about a year ago. Nice, decent. I'm
really,
thinking,
really white back.
Yeah, nice mid-grade copy. I'm thinking it's about a 5.5. Getting
Survey
tough to
says,
find these.
Bang!
5.5.
Right on.
Okay.
It's a really nice 5.5. This is a case where you buy the book, not the grade. But
Yeah.
this definitely punches out of its weight class. This looks like a 6.5 all day. If this was on a rack, you would think it was a 6.5. Sharp corners, there's no major flaw. So that's the kind of book you want to find. Pay a 5.5 price and get a book that pretty.
And if you don't want to get that 5.5 copy, you can get this lower graded copy here. Hold
Which
on.
is very similar. It just has some really bad chipping on the edge. My guess, it might even be moisture related.
This was a lake effect book, so this goes back to, I think, what was it, almost 2 years ago now.
We almost died buying comic books.
Yeah, it happens almost every month, basically. But if you look at the spine on this book, it's very sharp, and as you work your way towards the right side, it gets really rough.
Yes.
A lot of problems with this book. It had like some transverse creasing on the spine roll. And
Turned out nice.
pieces were starting to flake off. I mean, if you put it on the camera, you can see how the upper right corner was deteriorating because of the water damage. So rough looking when I got the book. But I'm thinking, what do I have on the back? I'm thinking it's a 3.0.
I think you're gonna get a 3.5.
It looks pretty nice. And 3.5. Okay.
See a little juju help.
And if you don't want the mid-grade or the low-grade copy, you can go high-grade with a caveat.
Yes.
So this book had some obvious color touch, your favorite word. Obvious color touch
This
on
one
it.
from down under.
Yeah, no, that one wasn't.
Rub some Vegemite on it. It'll be fine, mate.
Some Marmite. So this one had some color touch along the spine. I knew it when I got the book. Decided it was time to send it in to be graded.
I would say it was below average amateur.
Yeah, it was definitely, it had some bleed through. But the book got so hot, it makes sense to have the
Yep.
book graded now.
It's a nice book.
Yeah, I mean, real nice looking book. I thought it was an 8.0.
I think you're right.
8.5.
Boom.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So
It's
I
a
guess
nice
the
looking book.
question comes down to
It's just a shame.
question comes down to which book would you want? Would you want the water damaged 3, mid-grade
You know,
5?
The thing about restoration for me, and I think some other collectors out there like this, once I get past Silver Age, if you get Golden Age books that are restored, just you kind of expect it, I think.
Right, at a certain age.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It just happens. Silver Age, if you can not get restored, I tend to not, but that's really a high grade. So
Yeah.
now, if you're going to crack it all day, if it's for you, get it at the restored price, crack it open, because
Sure.
you're not going to think about that when you have it.
It all comes down to the prices, right?
Yep.
You know, obviously, if you're paying premium for a high grade book, it better not be restored.
It's another one that's creeping up there. Mike calls this a 7.5.
Yep. Beautiful
I
cover.
think you're right on.
Nope, I was wrong.
Look at that, nice
An
little
8.0.
bump.
An 8.0.
It's a nice book.
Yeah, that's really sharp. Classic Part 2 Green Goblin story. Here's another Spider-Man that we had in our last order. This one was a CBCS book. This was a 9.0.
So this is a CPR.
It's a CPR. As Nick is now doing CPRs, this is a CPR.
Nick, you got to mix
CBCS.
into a heartbeat sound to that, or the beep sound.
Yeah. So
Or
it
get a
was,
set of those AED paddles.
Yes.
And shock each book.
it was a 9.0. It's now
Boom.
9.4.
Nice. That's at
good.
least a double, maybe even a triple.
Good little jump.
Yeah. Oh, see, I like this cover.
Going,
I prefer this cover over number 3.
yeah, I do too. So going back a little bit. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Going back a little bit in time.
And
This is Spider-Man number 11. Second Dr. Octopus appearance.
I just think it's so much more menacing. He's got him pinned down. It's great. 4.5?
Yep, I'm thinking it's about a 4 or 5.
This one's a little unusual. Normally in Silver Age books, you'll have the cover overhang the interior.
Mm-hmm.
This one's the opposite, and it's not trimmed. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's got just a little short spine roll. It looks like.
Look at all that text on there. It's just. I know, Nick, you hate that, but boy, it's
Lots of words.
It's ridiculous. Survey
4 or
says
5. It's a 6.
Boom.
Oh my God, that's a good jump.
really good.
That's a real nice increase.
Really, looking at I think the only thing keeping it from
I
a
think it's
7 is that chip.
Yeah.
Without that chip, I think it's a 7.0.
Oh.
That's a great book. Got a nice stack of Spider-Man going here.
Well, this box is brought to you by the letter A.
Hey!
Not by the letter W for Winkler, but this
No.
is the letter A. So continuing that
Please
trend.
don't take photos of Mr. Winkler. Remember?
Please
me
back
and
off.
Me and Mike almost got beat up
we
by
tried to
security.
photobomb Henry Winkler one day at a convention. We were told to back off. Cease and
Please
desist.
don't take pictures of Mr. Winkler.
Well, he was waving us to come on over.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man number 17.
Super clean.
Second Green Goblin. This had a little bit of water damage, I think. I mean, it looks sharp.
Yeah, and we know they really.
It was
destroy
a
on
little
water.
wrinkly, so I'm not thinking.
Little discoloration on the back staple,
Yeah.
lower staple. For the most part, though, nice looking book.
I'm not thinking super high grade. I'm thinking 6.5.
I think 7.0.
6.5. I wish you were right, but
I
it's
know, I do
6.5.
too, because it's a really sharp looking book.
So far, so good.
Yep.
Pretty much dead on, or a little bit under, which is where we want to be.
Yes, I've been refreshing myself, going through the Overstreet guide of grading. I do that every probably 6 months. I look at that book and I get examples of my own out, and I look at the ones that they have, and
Did you quiz yourself?
I do. But
Did
you
you
know what it
pass?
is? I still think I grade at least a half a grade harsher than CGC, because
Yeah.
I think Overstreet is at least a half a grade.
Yeah.
This is an awesome cover. I'm not an Aquaman fan, but I always love those guys.
That's Taco Tuesday night after they have their tacos.
Yeah, we have bellies full of burritos. That's one thing that, if we look logy, I filled Mike with burritos before we filmed this.
Forced feeding.
Yes.
Nice looking book. Some wear on the spine. I'm thinking a 4.0.
It's awesome. They used to sell guns and comic books.
With real bullets, kids.
Boom!
4 or 5.
Really nice.
Okay.
It's a beautiful book. Beautiful book to collect.
Oh, this is a nice one.
That's one of my all-time favorite Spider-Man covers.
And it's about to be even one of your more favorite books.
You giving it to me?
No. for a few Franklins, maybe.
Yeah.
You'll see why in just a moment.
That's a nice book.
There you go. Take a close look at that one. It's a very sharp-looking copy. It's what Patrick is wiping the fog off of the case right now.
That's glossy, which is really rare in these early Spider-Man.
Yeah, so number 33, Spider-Man 33. I'm thinking
the depiction of water there.
I'm thinking a 9.0, but it's got just a slight bit of
For me,
wear.
this is where Spider-Man became a man.
Yeah. Well, that was the iconic scene in the movie.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, they did redo this in the movie.
This is a very common issue. Number 33, I don't know if there was some kind of warehouse find, but this is actually very easy to find in higher grade. But when the movie came out and had this scene,
it's easier to find, but if you're going to part with money, it is.
Yeah, so I'm thinking a 9.0. 9.2.
Wow, that's a nice book.
Yes. That's a very hot
This book, this old.
Yeah.
1966.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Beautiful color, great book. There's a mighty stack of Spider-Man.
And we have a few
It's
more
an amazing
stack of Spider-Man.
Oh, this one again.
Okay, welcome to the last episode where we're going to film with Patrick. Okay, so not quite the replay of our fantastic, amazing 9.2 copy that I had
It was a
last.
surprise 9.2.
Yeah, it was a shocking 9.2.
Awesome
I was
about it.
thinking it was 8.0, but
Really clean, really nice clean.
yeah, just this nice higher grade copy. I think I thought this was just shy of an 8. Yeah, 7. I'm thinking this is a 7.0.
I think you're right. Maybe a 7.5.
Maybe. Yes,
Boom.
I like the maybe. 7.5.
I've been looking at so many images now. I don't even I don't need to grade anymore. I can just look at them and I know what they are.
Let's do something a little bit different on these guys right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 copies of this issue, and I think they are ranging from a 4.0 to a 6.0. So 5 copies, 4 to 6.0. You can arrange them from the lowest to the highest. And see how close you come.
All right.
See what kind of run you can put together. So we'll start with the lowest one up to the highest one. Give me just a moment here to pull these out and cover them up. And actually you can start looking at the first one.
Wow, that's nice color. It's Avengers number 8, first appearance of Kang. I think a lot of people are specking on that character.
Not me.
As being, yeah, he only has 20 copies. That he will appear in the movies, and I think it's a pretty safe bet. There's a lot of source material to work from. You could take several of his story arcs and just kind of meld them all together like
yeah.
they did with
You know,
that.
eventually I think they've set the precedence of time travel. And at some point I'm sure they'll merge him in, which is why I thought, I'm going to get ahead of the gang at this point and send a bunch of my copies. I had these probably 3, 4, 5 years ago. Some I picked up more recently.
It's so weird having this many in the same book, and they're all similar in grade. What are they? 4.0s to 6.0s?
They're all about a half a point. I thought they ranged from 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6. That was my basic spread.
This is gonna be.
So let's see how many in a row you can. Whoa! Almost dumped the box. How many in a row you can get with the lowest being the first and the highest the last. Okay, there you go.
That's the lowest.
Okay, so this one here is number 1. This is the lowest grade. Yeah, do relative grading. It's always a good technique to use. Here, I'll hold on to them.
This next lowest.
That's the second
color
one.
break in the right corner.
Let's see.
Side ball in the side pocket, or 8-ball in the side packet. Oh, these ones are real dead on.
There should be an incentive if you get them all correct and sequenced. I don't know.
This one's got a letter, some just a stray M on it.
You can pick one, or if you get them all right, you can pick one, or if you order them properly.
Okay.
There we go. There's your stack. Start with the lowest. I'm thinking a 4.5. 4.5. Bing, that's the lowest one.
Is he right?
Next one, 4.5 or higher. It's a 4.5. So far, you got 2.
I'm doing all right.
Next one, 6. Okay, you're in the right direction. 4, 5 to 6. By the way, 6 was the highest grade that I thought I had.
I don't know about that. That there.
We're already kind of maxed out where I thought they were going to land. Next one is 5, 5. Insert sound effect here. Okay, so went backwards. You had a run. You had 3 of them. And the last one I thought was a 6 is a 7.
I did good.
Wow, yeah, pretty good. Except for just 2 got switched. You were half a point off. Close enough.
Not bad.
Close enough in CGC terms that you probably were dead on.
Yeah. So the 6-0 and the 5-5, if I'd switched them, I would have been dead on.
Yeah.
I still think it's a nicer book, but anyway. All right. I did all right. I'm gonna get some applause.
Yay!
And we'll do the sad effect. This is a book I love. I love this book not because of Franklin Richards, but because of Annihilus. And now everyone's getting it.
Yep. So I did have a very nice copy of this book that I had graded, and we got that back in an order a few months ago. But I had some
those cases get with these big king-size editions. It's
some
amazing.
mid-grade copies I had that I decided to put in. By the way, this order was sent in. This is an economy order. I sent this in about probably 3-4 months ago. The times have slowed way down. This was supposed to come back early June. So
6-0?
Yes, I think that's probably a 6-0.
Maybe a 6-5. You might squeak it. That lower staple maybe is a problem.
Let's hope for a 6-5.
Boom.
Nice. And
One's good.
3 is better.
Oh, you have 3. I didn't know there were all 3 in this order.
I think this one was roughly the same grade.
Yeah, the color's a little off. It's not quite as vibrant.
Little corner crease here and there.
It's got a color breaking about a 1/4 inch in the bottom right, and then the top's about 1/8 of an inch, and then you got rubbing in the upper right corner.
I said a 6-0. Very similar to the last one.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get a 6-0. Wow, and the spine's nowhere near as nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, kids watching at home, if you see these 2 in the case,
buy them both.
you're gonna buy that. Yeah, we'll buy them both. But you'd take this one all day. In person, it's just a superior book. Half grade difference, I guess. Not a lot of white pages this time.
And the final one of the trio here. This one I thought was the best of the 3.
And that doesn't have the reading line. And these square bounds, real often you have that reading crease because people folded them back to read them.
Yeah.
This doesn't have it. Boy, look how white that is. This is the best of the bunch.
6-5 is what I thought. 7-5.
Yep.
Jeez.
Nice. It's definitely superior. Nice book. More Spider-Man.
The A's keep coming. But this is the very end of the Spider-Man run because...
This has become a hot book, too.
You'd think, yes, just a little.
1964, Amazing Spider-Man.
Very tough to find in any
number
condition,
1.
square bound.
And it's because of these guys.
Very early annual too. So these number 1s, like that Strange Tales number 1 annual, these are very tough to
And you
find.
got the Army guy ad in the back that we all used to dream about. I took a picture of something the other day I'm going to show next Tuesday that I dreamt about and I always wanted to
Took a picture of a dream. Good.
I did. Oh, it's an ad. I saw it yesterday.
I'm thinking of 4.0.
I think you're higher.
4.5.
On the giant Spider-Man stack.
Okay, let's change up here. A little Fantastic Four action.
Super Skrull.
Yep.
Fantastic Four 18. Really nice color. Those early Fantastic Fours always really got frayed really badly. And I don't know if it was just the bad paper or what the deal was, but some of the worst chipping I think were on the early Fantastic Fours. But it's a nice cover.
Nice cover, you know, kind of lower mid-grade.
Yeah, clean.
4.5 is what I think it was at.
Yeah. I think it's a 5-0.
I hope you're right. 5-0.
Boom!
I think you peaked.
Well, if I had my glasses on, you could blame me for that. But without them on, there's no way I could read that small of font.
Okay, going back to the letter A's just briefly here. I have a Avengers in this one.
Now, back when I was in the middle of my collecting, or the big part of my collecting, the late 70s, this book was super hot. This is the book everybody wanted. And you may not realize it, but back in the 70s, Vision was one of the most popular characters. People just loved the Vision.
Yeah, we talked about it in one of the episodes. You know, back in the 80s and even into the 90s, the hot key books were completely different. You know, the hot books were books like this. Number
This was like an
57.
untouchable book
Yeah.
for me as a kid.
Nobody cared about Hulk 181. X-Men number 94 was the other big hot book.
It was more important than Giant Size.
Yeah. And the keys we have today, nobody could touch. Nobody cared about Avengers 1 or Hulk 1. She's never
6.5, huh?
Yeah, 6.5. This was a Kraken press.
I think it's a 7.
I hope you're right. It better be 7. Yeah, small grade bump.
I think reading that book helped.
Yeah. Okay, going back to the Spider-Man.
Now this one's from Down Under.
Yeah, this one came from Australia.
It was covered in Vegemite.
It was covered in Vegemite and Marmite. So when I got this book, it had obvious color touch, and I told the seller, you know, it's not worth profiting the postal service by sending it back and paying the shipping fee. So we agreed to, I thought, a very generous price. He gave me basically half off what I paid. So I said, I feel good about that. So at the end of the day, I got this for a killer price, and I thought, you know, great. It's mid-grade. Easier to sell these.
I think it's
graded.
higher than the 6.0 though.
Yeah, easier to sell these books restored as a graded book than to sell them raw restored.
Well, you're always going to find someone that needs this in their collection and wants it in a nicer grade, but doesn't want to spend that kind of money.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
I pegged it at a 6.0. 6.5.
Boom! Nice. Great. It'll get in someone's collection, and that is an awesome Spider-Man stack right there.
Yeah, mostly Spider-Man books. And then I missed the boat a little bit on this book. So I had 4 of these laying around. And what actually happened was I went to send them in the modern tier. I didn't realize this is not a 74 or newer book. It's a 73 book, so I couldn't send it in.
It's 20 cents.
And I sat around for a bit until finally the movie came out, and I'm like, wow, I should have sent this in sooner.
Look at Billy Batson.
So I had 4 of these books.
Survey says
CBCS cracks, all 9.4s.
CPR.
9.6.
Nice bump.
Okay.
And it's a book that will fetch 20 to 30% more.
Well,
Bring the hate.
yeah.
It's facts. It's just numbers.
Post in the comments below.
Anecdotes are nice. The data's fact.
Yeah.
Anyway, another one.
Yep. Another Kraken
Another
press.
Kraken press.
Another 9.4. 9.6.
Wow, that's great. That's like a double.
And then we'll end the day here.
Oh.
One more Spider-Man. We started with the Spider-Man. We'll end with Spider-Man.
Why not?
Classic cover. And nothing to say
I think
much.
the end of the Silver Age.
Yep. This was.
Although technically Silver Age ended before this, but this definitely had the feel of
Yeah.
the Silver Age is gone after this issue.
Yep. Nice sharp.
clean.
Always.
Just clean. Anytime you see this book in a wild raw and you can get it at a good price, buy it. You never lose out.
I thought it was an 8.5. 9.0.
Boom.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Nice run of books then.
That's a great run of books. All right. Well,
That's it for the box.
a quick break and we'll be right back at you with another video. Stay tuned.
We'll see you shortly. Bye.
Well, you're in a containment unit I built.
What will you do with me, Captain America?
I'm going to try seeing if I could build something a little more permanent for you.
Oh?
Yeah, it's 2019. You got an awful lot to catch up on.
Is the program Love Boat still on?
Yes, it is. I'll get you all set up with all of that. You just sit tight.